think it is very important for an institution to, not only promote the culture, but also to be aware of what the culture is. And the nations, they always progress and prosper on the basis of their culture. This culture has to be, really encouraged, and it should be maintained as well. The only way to maintain culture is that we should revive cultural activities in all forms, and we should be proud of our culture. So if the students are really wanting to know about their culture and to strengthen it, these activities should be done. That's why I was very happy about the idea you brought in, and I approved the cultural society. Pakistan culture is mixture of many cultures. Punjabi culture, Sindhi, Balochi, and what you call as Pathan culture. And then there's a national culture. So national culture revolves around the national language, that is Urdu. And in that you can have debates in Urdu, mushairas in Urdu language. That can be one good activity. Plus, on the national days like 23rd March and 14th August, and the birth and death anniversaries of our heroes like Quaid-e-Azam and Allama Iqbal, you can always, have certain activities which would promote nationalism and our Urdu language. Then we come to Punjabi culture, because we belong to Punjab and we need to be proud of this. And that again is very rich culture, in which you can have different activities in different seasons, like spring season. Even for every season there is a cultural activity like Vaisakhi and many other activities, right? And basically we are the people of this province, basically they are agriculturists. So the village culture, right, that can be depicted in many ways, and also even Punjabi poetry, you can hold Punjabi mushairas. So these are various ways that you can just make full use of such endeavors. The modern world does not mean that you forget your culture and adopt another culture. Modernism is that you bring modernism into your culture, right? And enrich it with modern things, not forgetting your roots. So, when we want that our culture should become modern, in that way we need to make progress otherwise in life, and also keep recalling our cultural heritage. For example, you can be a very good doctor, right? But if you do not know Punjabi, how will you practice in your province? Because to interact with the patient, you have to know the language. So how can we promote to know the language which is Punjabi? That is by holding mushairas and speeches in Punjabi. Similarly, you need to know about our Punjabi dress up, Punjabi food, right? You stay modern, but don't forget your roots. Unless until you know about your culture, how are you going to practice your medicine? What are the cultural requirements of your patient? For example, if you want to examine a female patient as a doctor, I would request her, she would feel shy, she will not expose herself to me, so I'll call, I should, be proud of this, that a female in our society is hesitant to expose herself. So she will look forward to something which would ensure her privacy. So I will call her sister, her mother, and I'll make sure that she is properly looked after, and I do not, violate any norms of decency which our society demands. So that is why I should know about my culture. As I told you initially, that national culture is to be promoted first, right? And that is, we participated in various mushairas, and I was part of the debating teams from my college, wherever I studied. Not only poetry, but even reading Urdu literature, especially the books by Allama Iqbal. They should be read, all those which are in Urdu. And then coming back to Punjabi culture, uh, in Punjabi culture, we used to have, festivals in which there would be activities where Punjabi food is presented to the participants. They eat it and they feel happy about it. Then few, events in which there's a bathek and people are sitting, smoking hookah and things like that, dressing up in typical Punjabi manner like dhoti and kulla and all that. So all these things need to be, revised and brought back into our society. Yes, when I was there in Allama Iqbal Medical College, I remember that there would be one day when it was whole Punjabi culture day, in which the students would organize different stalls, where somewhere you are getting lassi, where somewhere you are getting ये साग और ये जो होती है मकई का की रोटी, then jalebis, and all the students, they are dressed up in Punjabi dress, plus even the faculty members would come in dhoti, etc. You see, a bhangra, things like that were organized. So this was there in Allama Iqbal Medical College.